We are almost here, so close we could almost touch it. It's day one of the French Open. Now, there are a lot of matches and a lot with heavy favorites, but lucky for us, we have a man here who forgoes his sleep for the next 2 weeks. Night and day, he works around the clock doing the research so that we don't have to. Introducing Joao from mdtennistipster.com. Joao, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much as well.
So how are you feeling heading into the tournament? Did you get some sleep before? Actually, there was another tournament, wasn't there, that I know you were closely following and delivering picks. How are you doing on the sleep front?
Yeah, it's good. We had an easy week, not many. After the Masters in Rome, we had a quiet week with a couple of low-level events before this French Open.
All right. Now, like I said, there are a lot. It always happens, and I actually find it really hard to bet the first week. I like to head into sort of the second week. But I know that you have been good at finding some value here. You've got 2 plays for men's and 2 plays for women's for day one. Let's start over on the men's side. Which 2 matches are you looking at?
Yeah, we have 2 picks for each competition. Looking at the 2 that we have for the men's tomorrow. The first is in the contest between Horacio Zeballos and Adrien Manarino. Manarino is a home player, and although going against the French players is never a very good idea, this is a match where Zeballos should be too strong for the French. Manarino is known for his counter-punching skills. His game style is definitely better on faster court conditions like hard court or grass, but on clay he's far from reliable, and he can't do much damage on these conditions. On the other hand, Zeballos is going through a great moment in his career. He's enjoying the life on tour and also outside the court. He was a father recently and mentioned that fact is definitely helping improving his results in 2017. He's feeling that losing or winning is not so important, so he goes on the court much more loose, and that is resulting in great results. He reached the semi-finals in Barcelona, which is an ATP 500 event, and since he's so good on clay and playing very well on recent weeks, and due to Manarino's lack of success on this surface, the Argentinian to win this match at 1.80 on William Hill is a very good price to take.
Yeah, and I was going to say also, like Andy Murray, that happened with Andy Murray, didn't he? He had a baby, and all of a sudden, his tennis has improved. So interesting point there. What's your second play? Oh, and by the way, I will put the tips that Joao was giving in the description box, and we are going to keep a track of these of Joao's wins and losses as well. So everything is recorded, and yeah. Okay, second tip.
The second one that we have for tomorrow is between Ivo Karlovic and Tsvetanos Tsitsipas. This Tsitsipas is a 18 years old from Greece. He was a former junior world #1 and a promising young player. Due to his low rank, he had to play the qualifying in Paris. He got 3 good wins and is already in the main draw. However, this is a very new situation for him. It's the first time that he's going to play a best of 5 sets match. It's a very completely different situation, and he's going to face one of the toughest opponents on the tour. Karlovic is a huge server. He's always very tough to beat, and he's also a player that can frustrate his opponents because out of nowhere he can fire 4 aces and wins a service game. So everything is very different against Karlovic, and I think that the higher experience from the Croatian, and on the other hand, the lack of experience from the Greek will be determined here. Karlovic is at 1.75 on Pinnacle. Is a good price for the big server Croatian to win this match.
All right. Yeah, not a bad price at all. They're playing the outright. There's managed to find a bit of value, which is great. Women's, again, we were discussing also in a previous video how difficult this competition is. Probably match per match might be the safer way to go here. What 2 plays are you looking at?
Yeah, tomorrow we have a couple of matches taking place. One of the players that will be in action is one of the players also that we mentioned in the tournament analysis, Venus Williams. She's going to play against the Chinese Qiang Wang. Williams has been playing very well, as we mentioned, in recent months, and she's always a tough opponent to beat on these Grand Slam events. On the other hand, Wang is not very experienced at these stages of the competition. Also, clay is not her best surface. She only played 20 matches throughout her career on the WTA Tour on red dirt, so definitely some lack of experience there. And Williams to win is a very good option here. The price is not very high, 1.40 only on Pinnacle, but this is a very good line to take for a parlay, for example, if you want to combine. This is definitely the best option for this match. But for those who want to take a higher risk on a single play with a better price, you find Venus Williams to win in straight sets at 2 on Bet365. That's also an interesting approach for this contest. But Venus Williams to win at the money line at 1.40 on Pinnacle is definitely the best valuable play, not only for a single, but especially for a parlay on this match.
Yeah, I was going to say for some people that might be a little bit low, but for a parlay bet, for a player as strong as Venus Williams, very, very good value indeed. What's your second play?
Second one is another huge favorite. Timea Bacsinszky is going to play against Natalie Rydstrom from Spain. Bacsinszky is a player who usually does very well in the French Open. She reached the semifinals 2 years ago, the quarterfinals last year. She's always a huge threat on this tournament, and she's definitely raising her level in recent weeks. Played well in Rome, losing only against Pliskova in 2 close sets after defeating tricky opponents like Virus Pliskova on this surface. While the other hand, Soraya Stormo is far from experienced on these stages. She played already only 2 matches on the main draw on Grand Slam events against Pavlyuchenkova last year in Roland Garros and against Pliskova in the Australian Open early this season. She lost both those matches by the same results, 6-2, 6-0. Was a huge beat down, and she doesn't have the experience or even the quality to compete against these top players. I think that Bacsinszky will get the job done in straight sets. Bacsinszky 2-0 is at 1.53 on Corral, although it's not always a very, very high price. It's definitely the best approach. And if you want combining this with Venus Williams, Venus Moneyline and Timea's 2-0, you can find it at 2.14. So it's an interesting approach for a parlay between these 2 matches.
Yeah, we've got a comment here from Austin Holland. Hi, Austin Holland. He is saying Wang is good though. Venus is like 30% to not even show up mentally as well. What do you have to say about that?
I'm not sure what he mentioned about not showing up mentally in the tournament, since her main focus in recent years has been to play the Grand Slam events at her best. Looking at her 4 previous appearances in Grand Slam events, Roland Garros, Wimbledon and US Open last season, and this season in the Australian Open, she reached at least the 4th round in all those events. She's a player who is her main goal is to be at 100% on these big tournaments. So I'm not sure what he mentioned by the 30% not being mentally in the tournament.
Okay, well, listen, we are going to keep track of your bets, and also we will put them in the description box, the comment section below this video as well. We will be keeping track, and best of luck. If anybody's got any tips as well, do share them in the comment section. I love to read them. We will be previewing day 2 plays either later on when they're released or tomorrow. So stay tuned. We'll be covering every single day with Joao. Best of luck, and see you over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.